What is up, my beautiful YouTube family? Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you've been watching all my shorts, giving you loads of information on all sorts of fitness tips to help you with your journey. So today we're going to do a beginner level mat Pilates class. All you need is a mat or a soft surface to get you started. 10 minutes of your day, that's all you need to get that core fired and get a nice, beautiful, full body exercise. Join me when you're ready in a seated position. Feet are going to come to your mat, sitting up nice and tall. Grab a hold behind your thighs, lengthen up the back of your spine, relax your shoulders down onto your back, draw your ribs in, and we're going to slowly articulate our spine all the way back. So taking your time, start to pull your belly button back towards your spine, allowing your tailbone to tilt straight forward, keeping your neck long as you lower. Keep a hold of the back of those thighs. There's no need to rush. Keep engaging that core. Roll back, use your body, help it support you even longer, and slowly allow the back of the head to arrive onto your mat. Once you're here, slide your feet in towards you so that they land underneath your knees. Rest your hand onto your body. Open up your elbows wide. Feel that space behind your back grow longer. Keeping the back of your neck nice and long. Take a breath in with me, all the way in through your nose. And blow that breath out through your mouth. So starting to connect your breath with your body. As you breathe here, maybe you're closing your eyes. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if it feels good, I'm going to ask you to join me by sliding your hands up onto the ribs. Taking those elbows even wider. Take that breath again. Feel your rib cage widen. Now we're going to start to take our exhales out through our nose. So your breath comes into the nose and then back out. So as we breathe here, the full expansion of the ribs in a three-dimensional way. And then the exhale is the closing of the ribs, feeling those ribs knit tight. One step farther, taking the hands, wrapping them around your ribs, feeling front and back side. Take that breath in. Now close tighter on your exhale. So as we breathe out, we want to think about dropping those ribs towards our hip bones. So you keep breathing here. So the inhale, we find expansion through the body. And on the exhale, everything draws closed, nice and tight and down. So that belly button is pulling back. We want to try to minimize the space of our spine on the floor. So finding a neutral spine here. Let's do 2 more breaths like this. Inhale. And exhale. So the beautiful thing about our breath here is that it's going to help us contract our core and really pull everything closed. One more time with me. Inhale fully. And a beautiful long exhale. Taking your time, let your hands come down by your sides or even up over those shoulders. I'm going to take mine over the shoulders so that you can see what my pelvis is doing. Feet are still planted, 4 corners down. We're going to take a pelvic tilt here. So pubic bone towards belly button. Draw the ribs in, tilt the pelvis up. And on your exhale, start to press through the hip bones and tuck the tailbone down. So it's very subtle. A very big, important lesson we learn in Pilates as instructors is thinking about a bowl filled with whatever your favorite fluid is. And we want to think about that bowl tilting front then back. So the front forward, whatever your fluid is would spill forward out towards the floor. And then as you tilt that bowl towards the back, the bowl would spill out towards the back of your mat. Good. So continuing that subtle pelvic tilt, we're still anchoring through those feet, rocking pelvis forward, and then rocking pelvis back. Just warming up the hips for the practice. So when the hips are pressed back, we really start to feel the glutes fire, almost like you're pulling your heels towards your sit bones. Good. We'll do 2 more like this. So your breath in, we shift the pelvis forward and up. And on your exhale, we press through those heels, draw them back towards you as you tuck the pelvis forward. So this last one, we're going to take it all the way up into a bridge. So tucking forward And on your exhale, maybe the arms come down. We peel up through that spine, one vertebrae at a time, pressing through those feet, driving hips up towards the sky. Now we still want to keep our pelvis square, so both hip bones are straight towards the sky. Knees are tracking center over your feet. Ribs are drawn tight together. Arms are by your sides. We're not pressing down through those hands. We're just using them for stability. And we're just holding up here in this bridge. Now this bridge doesn't have to be too high, whatever level works for you. But think about engaging the back of your legs, engaging your glutes, opening up the front of the chest without opening up the front of the ribs. Let's take one more breath here. Beautiful. On your exhale, I'm going to lift my arms back up so you can see. We're going to articulate the spine like a beautiful bead of pearls, rolling down just as slow as we came up, one vertebrae at a time, keeping the hips still. Beautiful work. I'm right there with you. I feel that burn. Beautiful. And then land. Take a moment to arrive. Take your knees one at a time in towards your body. Drape your arms over them. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Maybe you roll through your feet. Good work. So even though we're finding ourselves in this beginner style Pilates class, all Pilates is created so that you're still gonna feel work even if it's just beginner. It does not make it easy, I promise you that. Good, take one more breath, take that rock side to side. And from here, we're gonna come on up to seated. So come back through center, release one foot down at a time. So this is gonna look different for all of us, but I'm gonna guide you through an assisted seated roll up. So just like before, we're gonna have our hands for support. Reach your arms forward so you can hold onto your thighs. Take a full breath in. Start to nod your chin towards your chest. Pull behind your thighs for support. Hug your heels back towards you. Use your hands. Scoop your belly. Now, option is to take your hands down and help press yourself up. But if you've come with me, we're gonna work through this. You can walk your feet a little farther forward. Nice and slow, keep reaching. Keep reaching those toes forward. Keep using your body until you stack your spine all the way back up. Beautiful work. Not easy, I know. I'm right there with you. So from here, my loves, we're gonna cross our feet, roll over your shins, or find yourself set up into a tabletop position. When we meet here, we're gonna stack spine, stack shoulders right above your wrist line, and hips above your knees. Shins are parallel, so the tops of your feet, rather, are grounded onto the mat. So from here, take your gaze straight off in front of you so the back of your neck continues to grow long. And on your next breath, let your belly lower down towards the earth, open up the front side of the body. And on your exhale, draw those ribs in and up towards the spine as you push up into your cat pose. Beautiful. So we'll roll through a few rounds of our cat-cows, finding that articulation through the spine. Just like we did on the mat, letting the body arrive through each bit of movement. So without forcing the neck into these positions, you want to allow your spine to naturally flow without pressing chin too far down. We really allow this space to come fluidly with our breath. So that head of the bicep is rotating forward. Continuing to contract the belly with our strong exhales. Let's do two more. Beautiful work. And final round here with me. Take a full breath in. Start to breathe out. And coming back to that neutral spine. Take a moment to sit back towards your heels just to roll out those wrists. Give yourself a second. We're about to come back forward into that tabletop. So I want to give you just a moment to let the tension, whatever built up in your wrist, kind of release. Good. All right, let's meet back forward into that tabletop. So send your hips away from your heels, come back onto your palms. We're gonna come into an alternating bird dog. So to start, we're just gonna work the legs and then we're gonna work just the arms. So start with me here. Press down through those palms, draw your rib cage in and up, slight tuck of that pelvis. Extend your left leg out long back and behind you, level with your hip. And then scoop your belly to pull that knee forward. Switching to your right leg. Extend your leg long, right back and behind you, level with your hip, and scoop that low belly to pull the knee back in. So while it might seem like we're using our hip flexor, we're alternating legs, to draw the knee down, we're actually using that low belly, the 2 to 3 inches below your navel, to scoop the knee back in towards tabletop. So as we're alternating that leg lift, think about extending the leg long and straight behind you, still having that top of the foot rotating towards the mat. So it's a slight shift over that standing hand, but we want to really focus on keeping our core completely centered. Good, let's do one more each side. So take a breath in, reach long through that leg, and on your exhale, draw your knee back forward and down. Last one this side. Reach and extend, and draw knee to chest, or towards mat. Good, pause here for just a second. Recenter, or even if you need to, take that shift back, maybe 1 or 2 rolls of those wrists. Good. Coming forward once more. As promised, we're gonna work the arms. So center yourself, rib cage in and up, pelvis slightly tucked. Starting with that left arm, reach that arm forward, thumb towards the sky, right off that shoulder line, and release hand to mat. Beautiful work. Switching sides. Rotate the bicep up, thumb to sky, and lower hand to mat. Good, so just like that leg sequence, we really center through that midsection. We try not to find any shift or rock from side to side, really focusing on stabilizing through our core. Good work. Keep breathing here, finding your stability. Keep reaching length all the way from your shoulder without taking your shoulder away from your trunk. So we really want to keep that shoulder plugged in onto our back rather than lifting that shoulder up towards our ear. Good, let's do 2 more. Keep breathing. Last one. And come back down. Take your time, sit your hips towards your heels, and take those roll out through your wrists. So in our next class, we will progress to full bird dog, but for today, that's just a taste of what a bird dog setup would look like. So when you're ready, we're gonna meet together back onto our spines. So shifting forward over those wrists, cross your ankles, sit down behind your heels, and let your legs extend out in front of you. Remember, transitioning top to bottom of your mat doesn't have to look identical to me. Make it feel natural for you. So taking your time, hold back behind your thighs, sitting up tall, find that length through the crown of the head, slight chin tilt towards your chest. Drop your shoulders, start to curl tailbone, pubic bone towards navel, scoop that belly. Any amount of distance, feet from hips is fine. Really finding that slow articulation. Use the back of your legs to help you. You can flex or point those toes, whatever works, but think about your spine landing very softly and controlled to your mat. Beautiful work. Slide those feet back in, right underneath the knees. Let your spine land onto the floor. Now we're gonna take an alternating toe tap here. I'm gonna take a diamond shape from index finger and thumb and slide it underneath my hips. Now a more advanced version would be to let your hands rest by your sides, but remember, I'm gonna slide forward an inch or 2 so I'm back on my mat. Remember, Pilates is a progression and you're still gonna feel the work whether you are beginner or advanced. So supporting that low spine is gonna help us imprint the low back into the mat, finding an imprinted spine here. So once you're ready, knees or hips with distance, knees are stacked over ankles. Scoop the abs. Start to lift that left knee up to tabletop. And we're gonna toe ball heel to land that foot to the mat. Switching sides. Right knee lifts in and up. And we land toe ball heel onto the floor. So again, finding that alternating march and articulating the foot down to land. Beautiful work. Continue with me. We wanna minimize any sort of momentum or shift in our pelvis. We want to keep that breath flowing and we want to keep reaching that leg forward. Good. So again, as much as we think the legs are working here, this is absolutely a core exercise. So when the leg comes up, we're using low belly as well as oblique. Beautiful. And those transverse abdominis are firing hard here. the tiny muscles in your belly that build strength before we start to develop those superficial muscles, which are called your six-pack. One day. Good, keep breathing. Beautiful work. All right, now pausing down here. Bringing left leg up to tabletop, right leg up to meet it. Draw that low belly tighter to the floor. We're gonna work either with the option just presented, scoop your knees together and draw the low belly down towards the mat to bring that back down. Same thing here, we're gonna reach that left toe forward and down. Drag that knee right back up to tabletop. Switching sides. So focusing on your breath here, really allow yourself to connect your knees together if that feels good between each rep. You can slow the speed, you could take it a little faster. Making sure knees are over those hips and shins are dropped down parallel to the floor. Good work. You should start to feel those abs hugging tight towards your midline. We're breathing, I'm right there with you. You're doing so well. Beautiful work. We're gonna do 2 more full sets, 1 on each side. That breath is flowing. Last round here. Left toe goes down. Left knee pulls up and switching side. Right toe goes down and right leg comes up. Good work. Release left foot to floor. Release right foot to floor and unhook your hands. Let's draw knees back towards us. Take that little shift side to side. Roll out through your feet. Good work. You're doing so good with me today. All right, my loves, we are on to our final exercise together. So hug your thighs. We're gonna use momentum to roll like a ball, ending up seated on our mat. So hug those thighs, knees pull towards chest. Open up your ribs. Open up your elbows. Start to kick your feet in and up towards you, and then we'll come back down just as slow. So you can use momentum here from your legs, but you really wanna focus on keeping your chin gently tucked towards your chest, and we're rolling from our shoulder blades towards our sit bones. We're gonna do 1 more. Good, last one, and pause. Meet me facing forward. Draw your right knee in front of you and your left knee back. Now this is a little bit uncomfortable for some, and if it is, my suggestion for you is to crisscross your legs directly in front of you. It's our final move together. We're just gonna stretch. So if you'd like to join me here, zigzag those legs. Try to soften your left hip down. Take a breath in, arms come up and overhead. On your exhale, let's side bend up and over towards the right, reaching through that left arm. Drop your shoulder onto your back, open up your side. Feel that beautiful mermaid stretch with me. Again, no difference if you're in a crisscross pose, you're still gonna get the benefits. Good, bring your hands up and overhead. Take a moment, and on your exhale, let's side bend up and over to the left. Drop your shoulders, breathe. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, release your hands. We're gonna switch our legs, so take your time to extend your legs out, give your knees a little shake out, and we'll crisscross or switch the feet. So if you're crisscross, you're gonna switch which leg is crossed in front. Again, arrive, let your sit bone soften, big stretch up and overhead. Now we side bend over to the left. Drop that shoulder right away. Press through that bottom palm. Feel that beautiful space along the side of your body. And then shift to center, breath in and out. You did so well today. Even though the class is beginner, it does not mean it's not all levels. You could take this class any time of day. It's quick, it's effective, and you're surely to feel the benefits. Breath in and exhale down. Extend those legs back out, give them a little shake. Meet me seated, guys. Thank you for checking in on this class. Take it with you, come back and try it again. You could level it up. Continue to check in with my classes that are linked below. There's gonna be a progressive series of these Pilates classes, but like I said, if you're short on time, these are beautiful classes to get a little bit of work in. Don't forget to share my channel, hit that notification button, give me a like, and I'll see you soon.